Hello and welcome to Mentoring the Mentors, an institute that accelerates your learning curve. My dear educators, as I have been sharing with you a number of activities under the title Seasons and Reasons of Growth. My dear educators, as tomorrow on 4th of April, we have got a special occasion. Yes, it's Mahavir Jayanti. So we have to take every opportunity as a learning opportunity. Like I will be sharing with you a number of activities that you can conduct in your school. We are not promoting any religion. We are not talking about, we are not forcing anybody to adopt to a particular religion's practices or whatever. Let me tell you, right, my dear educators, this is like we believe each and every opportunity should be a learning opportunity. When we are talking about Mahavir Jayanti, so what all activities we can conduct in our classes based on multiple intelligences and Bloom's taxonomy. My dear educators, for our verbal linguistic learners, we can arrange a storytelling session where people can share stories related to Lord Mahavir and his teachings. People, in the sense, it can be you can invite the parents as the guest speakers under parent collaborative programs. You can ask your students to narrate the stories. You can ask any teacher volunteers to come ahead and talk about the stories related to Mahavir Jayanti. And if we talk about the logical learners, you can organize a quiz competition related to Jainism, Mahavir Jayanti, Lord Mahavir, and his teachings. And if we talk about the visual spatial learners, you can conduct a Rangoli competition with Jainism or Lord Mahavir's teachings as a theme. Bodily kinesthetic learners would love to perform a play based on Lord Mahavir's life and teachings. If I talk about musical intelligence learners, we can organize a devotional music competition with songs related to Lord Mahavir and Jainism as the theme. For interpersonal intelligence, you can conduct a group discussion on Lord Mahavir's teachings and how they can be implemented in our daily lives, right? So, my dear educators, if we talk about intrapersonal intelligence, we can organize a meditation session where people can meditate and reflect on Mahavir's teachings, right? Otherwise, also we have yoga sessions, meditations in our classes, in our schools. Yoga is also mandatory now. See, my dear educators, we can conduct the same and we can relate it with Mahavir Jayanti too. If I talk about naturalistic intelligence, you can conduct a nature walk with a group of people. They can be students, they can be teachers, they can be support staff, and discuss how Lord Mahavir's teachings relate to our environment. That's really up to you how you would like to conduct the same. For existential intelligence, conduct a philosophical discussion on Jainism and Lord Mahavir's teachings related to existence, consciousness, and meaning of life. This you can conduct for the senior and the senior secondary classes, my dear educators. If I talked about Bloom's taxonomy, different levels of Bloom's taxonomy, start with remembering. You can create a quiz or a crossword puzzle about the life and teachings of Lord Mahavira. This activity will test students' ability to recall information, like moving from remembering towards creation level. So you can print the crossword puzzles, you can give it to the students in the primary classes, and they would love to do it. And going ahead to the other classes, moving from remembering to understanding, you can organize a group discussion where students, they can share their interpretations of Lord Mahavir's teachings and their relevance in the today's world, how the teachings they are relevant in today's world. They'll be able to connect the same. This activity will test students' ability to comprehend the meaning of the teachings. You can give a list of teachings and you can ask them to comprehend and held a group discussion. And if you talk about application, you can ask your students to write an essay or create a project about how Lord Mahavira's teachings can be applied in the daily lives. This activity will test students' ability to apply the knowledge as they have learned. So, this is also very important, like application. Just before this video, I have shared one video with you where we were talking about CBSE curriculum assessment pattern, where it was clearly mentioned start from application. take your students to the creation, to the synthesis level. So you should have such kind of activities in your classes, my dear educators. Talking about analyzing, divide students into groups and ask them to analyze a specific teaching of Lord Mahavir and its implications for the society. This activity will test students' ability to break down complex ideas and draw conclusions. We want our students to analyze, to interpret, like what is a particular specific teaching. They can select the teachings as per their choice. If I talk about evaluation, ask students to evaluate the what is the impact of Lord Mahavira's teaching on the society and our culture. And this activity will test their ability to make judgments and support their opinions with evidence, because we always talk about, whenever they are talking about reasoning, whatever reason they are giving, their reason should be supported with evidence, right? And then moving to creation level, ask your students to create a piece of art. They can write a poem also that reflects the essence of Lord Mahavira's teachings. This activity will test students' ability to use their creativity and imagination to express the understandings of his teachings. So, my dear educators, you can ask your children, they can write an essay, they can create a poem, they can do anything. I mean, reaching to the creation level as per their learning styles. If we talk about arts integration, so my dear educators, if we combine art and social science, your students can create a mural or a painting depicting the life and teachings of Lord Mahavir. Students can research and discuss the significance of different symbols and images that they have used in the artwork related to Lord Mahavira's life and his teachings. Talking about music and languages, write a song or a poem in any language that they are learning, English, Hindi, Punjabi, whatever it is, about Lord Mahavir and his teachings. They can use figurative language and literary devices to express the ideas and emotions. See how beautifully you will be taking opportunity as a learning opportunity where you are asking your children to create their own poems and they are reciting the same also. So music and language integration, and you are giving them chances to use figurative languages, literary devices as well. So, if you talk about sciences and social sciences, my dear educators, you can conduct a nature walk and observe the different types of animals, the different types of plants mentioned in Lord Mahavira's teachings. Students can create a field guide with information about the different species and the significance in Jainism. See how they are researching and connecting the same. So, social sciences, the history, and all, they will be able to interrelate these subjects. Mathematics and social sciences, you can organize a fundraising campaign to support a charity or cause related to Jainism. Students can calculate the amount of money raised and discuss the impact of the contributions on the community. We always have Seva projects also. Let us do something for the society. Let the students organize a fundraising campaign that they will be using as a joy of giving. So, my dear educators, you can ask your children, if we talk about physical education integration, you can ask your children to play kabaddi, sports, which is popular sport in India and has cultural significance in Jainism. Students can learn the rules and strategies of the game and discuss its connections to teachings of Lord Mahavira. You might be wondering how come kabaddi is related to Jainism. So, my dear educators, my dear teachers, if I talk about, you see, in Jainism, kabaddi is seen as a symbol of non-violence and self-control. The game is played without the use of any equipment, and the players they are expected to follow strict rules to fair play and sportsmanship. So Jainism also teaches that violence and aggression are harmful to oneself and others, so that non-violent ways of conflict resolution should be practiced. So you can conduct such kinds of activities as well. If I talk about IT and social science, create a digital presentation about the life and teachings of Lord Mahavir. The students, they can present the same during morning assembly as well. Students can use multimedia tools to add images, videos, audios to the presentation and share it with the class. Apart from Microsoft PowerPoint. There are number of another platforms. They can use Google Slides also, right? For that, they can use Sway also. They can use a number of another platforms to create their digital tools. Now they can find a number of templates on Canva as well. So, I mean, it is their choice how they want to go ahead with that. If I talk about various forms of art integration, you can ask your children to organize a art gallery, right? They can organize art gallery in the classroom where they can showcase the artwork related to Mahavir Jain, and students can create paintings, drawings, sculptures, and collages depicting the life and teachings of Lord Mahavir and other Jain spiritual leaders. See, again, I'm telling you, I'm not promoting here any religion. I am just talking about how we can relate any opportunity, any activity to a learning opportunity. You can teach your students about the symbols used in Jainism and ask them to create their own artwork using these symbols. Examples of Jain symbol pictures include swastika, lotus, and the wheel of dharma. And students can use a variety of art materials such as paint, clay, paper, and they can create their own unique artwork. If I talk about calligraphy, teach students about Jain calligraphy and ask them to create their own calligraphy artwork. Students can practice writing Jain mantras and teachings using different writing styles and calligraphy tools. That is entirely up to you. If you want to conduct, make sure you can go ahead with that. Rangoli, right? Teach students about the traditional art of Rangoli and ask them to create their own designed, you see, rangoli artwork, and they can use colorful powders, flowers, all eco-friendly material to be used. If I talk about mandalas, teach students about the art of mandalas. We have been talking about mandalas during art integration in mathematics and ask them to create their own, you see, mandalas, their own creativity, they should come to the fore. Students can use a variety of art materials like paint, markers, colored pencils, etc., and they can come out with beautiful mandalas, beautiful artwork, beautiful rangolis, beautiful creations. So, my dear educators, take every opportunity as a learning opportunity. Wish you a very happy Mahavir Jayanti. Thank you, all of you. Have a nice day.